Now we are on the third episode. We are going to cover use cases, the art of the possibilities, or business priorities. End of the day, as we were discussing in the first episode, return on investment is very critical. Any initiative. So now we got a great infrastructure, cloud, we have great technology. Now we are capturing a lot of data about our customers, about products, a lot of data around our products performance, a lot of details. Now, what are we going to do with that? Where can we bring that AI? How do we prioritize that? So the number one source for determining the use cases, you can start with your, I would say like inside out, hear from your business teams, hear from your business leaders, everyone, top to bottom in the company, that where are all the opportunities in terms of automation, in terms of increasing the revenue, in terms of the reducing the cost, right? Satisfying your own employees and satisfying customers. If any initiative you are taking, I would call like any projects or any use case, if we can measure that use case in terms of the top line, the revenue, bottom line, the margin or a cost reduction, and then customer satisfaction and employee satisfaction. In these four parameters, if you could map it, that will tell a lot of story or it will bring a lot of clarity. For example, let's take a manufacturing company. If you're a manufacturing company, today what's happening? Inflation is high and freight cost is extremely increasing, going up. There are a lot of supply chain disruptions and issues. So one side, your customers may be waiting for your products. The other side, your suppliers are delaying in delivery and the cost is up. And inflation is up, interest rates are up. That means your inventory cost is going up as well. So lot of pressure, right? The top line, there is a problem because you have, not able to deliver to the customers. And the cost is a problem because suppliers are increasing, the freight cost is increasing, fuel cost is increasing, which is, it's creating a lot of impact. So now if you see what will be the critical one use case for a manufacturing company today is inventory optimization. So how do you do inventory optimization? So think about that as a use case. And then who are all involved? Which department will be involved? Is it a procurement problem? Is it supply chain operations problem? Or is it sales team's problem, right? Inventory optimization is not always operations team's problem. So this is a use case of optimizing inventory is one example. And who are all which are all the departments involved? Who are all the people involved? And what is the ROI? What's my target? And what are the top 20% of those items we need to optimize, which will give me the maximum 80% benefit. So that is kind of how I go after the use case. So use case is an idea with a specific problem which is going to solve, and most importantly, a certain outcome, hard dollar benefits it's going to give you. That is a use case, right? Now one use case is optimizing the inventory. That means for that, I need forecasting. Okay, traditionally we have been doing forecasting, say using an Excel or some forecasting model, but can we leverage AI to do the forecasting? Number one. And I can give you another use case. Recently, was working with a large retailer. The retailer has 200 plus stores and a lot of e-commerce. And now the e-commerce orders were also fulfilled. Most of the orders were fulfilled in the stores instead of in the regional warehouses. So the problem was clear that, okay, the cost is high if we fulfill in the store. And they came that the clear UI, like, okay, we need to simulate, we need to understand the pattern in which these e-commerce orders are coming, and how do we make sure that like 60-70% of them are fulfilled in the warehouse instead of clear problem. Now, whose responsibility this is? Is it stores, or is it operations team? Is it procurement team? So it's a clear example. The retailer, they clearly had what is the dollar benefit they will achieve by just determining where what inventory they need to have in the warehouse. This is another use case. So like these, you may want to put capture all the use cases. I would say maybe start with one department at a time, take the list down, and then not just, okay, what is the use case and why this use case is important, who will benefit from this, and what is the anticipated benefit. 4, 5, how long this will take to get the ROI. This ROI is 3 months, 6 months, or 2 years. Is it going to reduce the manual effort? Are you targeting to reduce headcount, or are you targeting to send something more quicker? What is that? Is it response time? Is it manual effort to automate and automation? What is that benefit, right? So what, why now, who will be involved, and how long this will take to get the ROI, and what's the ROI estimated. So for every use case, we need to capture that and have one owner for this who will be signing up for this use case if we do that. So now we got the cloud, we got the data, we got the idea or the use case. Then we can prioritize those, right? Obviously, we can prioritize some, not like every use case you want to prioritize, which is 3 months ROI. If you have a use case which is giving you ROI in 3 months, that means the idea or the implementation is going to be small, meaning the benefits may also be small. It may not give you $100 million benefit. It may be giving you, $10 million savings. So sometime you need to, do both, right? You need to look for, low hanging fruits, right? Take that smaller idea which will give benefits immediately within 3 months. At the same time, also evaluate something which is going to give enormous $100 million benefits type, big ones idea, and start executing. Don't lean all the use cases of long term and all the use cases are short term, which is a problem either. So balance that between the thing. That's part of the prioritization. And then most importantly is, I think we covered in the first episode, is it feasible, right? Is it an idea? Do you have data? Is it enough data you have? And feasibility is very critical. There are a lot of great ideas which are there in the paper about AI possibilities, but not everything is feasible with the technology we have, with the data you have, the quality of data you have, all that. So this is kind of how you will get before, if you want to deliver real good AI with ROI, make sure that you capture all the ideas and then prioritize and have a team. Everybody is involved. The ideas can come from anyone, any department, not always the chief of the innovation or chief digital officer, not necessarily. People in the store, people in the factory, the procurement office. There are multiple people. They'll have an amazing problems which can convert into this AI journey. So critical to have a sustainable AI journey is this ideas or the